Oliviatown. Now, I didn't get to meet the author on this book, but I got to meet the illustrator, and his name's Gary Pound. And he wrote in my book, and it says, to the beautiful queen of her very own Christown, may your town be full of color, music, kindness, inspiration, and joy. Nice to meet you. And get to my page, Oliviatown. For a whole dreary week on Olivia Street, it had rained every night and every day. But now through her window, the sun with its warm glow was calling her outside to play. She ran down the stairs, through the door in a rush with a bright, shiny pail in her hand. Then she stood near the street on her glad summer feet, and she sang as the new day began. There's her window, and there's her. Good morning, sidewalk, and good morning, sunshine. Hello, blue sky. You've been gone such a long time. It's a beautiful day for a visit with friends. It's nice to be back here again. It's so nice to be here again. The pavement was broken, uncolored and hard, lifeless and dreary and bare. But Olivia knew in an hour or two a wondrous new world would be there. She poured out the bucket, and all around her feet soft colors lay spread on the ground. Big pieces of chalk she would use on the walk, and adventure was sure to be found. There's her singing, and there's her getting ready to create. She knelt by herself, and she started to draw, and there, in a very short time, a beautiful world soon began to unfurl from her colorful squiggles and lines. The new grass grew fast in Oliviatown. The flowers took minutes or less. The pavement, it seemed, changed from winter to spring as she drew without taking a rest. There were songbirds and butterflies, big smiles and bright eyes, and these skies that were sunny and blue. There were bugs and a pup and some things she made up. When it's your world, that's okay to do. The bugs, rather oddly, were big as the dogs. The flowers were tall as she was. If you're curious why she had made them so high, she'd tell you, I'm sure, just because. This book's a little extra vibe. Makes it extra good. Olivia drew lots of people she knew, first 1 and soon 5 and then 10. Though she'd start alone, now her circle had grown till she knelt among colorful friends. The things she imagines, the dreams that she dreams come to life in Oliviatown. In her colorful heart there are buckets of arts, and the world's full of wonder abound. And whose castle is this? This scepter, this gold? Just who is this girl richly dressed? Beneath the bright crown and the long flowing gown, it's Princess Olivia, I'd guess. And just down from the castle in a bright yellow house, a crimson-haired angel resides. You'd quickly discover that the neighbors all love her because she lives with the door open wide. It's Princess Olivia, and there is our other friend. It's a beautiful world where her wishes come true, and Olivia drew, and she drew, and she drew. All the while that she worked, lots of people walked by, some dashing to get down the street. They were moving so fast they just rushed right on past the whole colorful world at their feet. They stepped on the flowers, the faces, the towers to get where they needed to go. But Olivia's people just smiled all the while, and her garden continued to grow. Some slowed to a stroll at Oliviatown, enjoying the gallery below. When they went on their way, I am happy to say there was colorful dust on their toes. Yet other ones stopped in Oliviatown to admire the bright landscape they saw. Then at Liv's invitation, they chose a location and knelt there around to draw. She asked other people to help. See, you might like to know when those children went home to their neighborhood streets far and near, chalk towns like Murphytown, Lilytown, Theotown quickly began to appear. So they did the same thing she was doing. One lone passerby, most unusually shy, whose house was wherever he roamed, sat restfully down in this welcoming town where he felt very clearly at home. Well, the sidewalk is no longer what it had been. Colorless, broken, and hard, it was brilliant and bright, a most marvelous sight at the edge of Olivia's yard. The shadows of evening were starting to fall. The sun had sunk low in the sky. Though she'd gladly have stayed with the new friends she'd made, it was now time to tell them goodbye. Her fingers were dusty, her small legs were sore from kneeling so long on the ground. She was pleasantly tired as she stood and admired that lovely Oliviatown. She gathered the pieces of chalk that remained, then left in no hurry to go. Up the stairs through the door to the window once more, where she gazed at the village below. Good night, old sidewalk, and good night, warm sunshine. Sweet dreams, my good friends. I had such a good time. I promise tomorrow I'll hurry back down. Sweet dreams till sunrise. Oliviatown. Sweet dreams. But later that night, while Olivia slept, the big clouds returned once again. She woke the next day to a sky dark and gray, and she knew what was soon to begin. What was coming? She ran to the sidewalk for a final farewell to her friends in Oliviatown. They all smiled goodbye as she turned to the sky and watched as the raindrops fell down. The first raindrop splashed with a small cloud of dust on a face at Olivia's feet. Then it stood like a tear resting perfectly clear on that big, smiling, rose-tinted cheek. Soon a downpour was falling, and onto the street her town melted, floating gently apart. The colors got muddled, the pastels all puddled. It broke poor Olivia's heart. The faces, the flowers, the bugs, and the birds grew dim in the warm summer rain. They streaked and they smeared, then at last disappeared. Just the gray, empty sidewalk remained. Like the good friend she was, dear Olivia stayed till she stood in the rain all alone. She was thoroughly drenched head to toe. Every inch she was there when the last one was gone. It rained and it rained and it rained. She washed at the door, and it seemed as before that the rainy days would never end. But the sky finally cleared, and a rainbow appeared on Olivia's street once again. So she ran down the stairs to the door in a rush with a bright, shiny pail in her hand, till she stood near the street on her glad summer feet as she sang as the new day began. Good morning, sidewalk. Good morning, sunshine. Hello, blue sky. You've been gone such a long time. The rain chased away all my colorful friends, but soon they'll be back here again. Soon they'll be back here again. Good morning, Oliviatown. The end, till the sun comes out again. And this, my friends, was Oliviatown.